What's your first impression of me?
Calm, quiet.
Jos, what do you think of the rule change?
What is the one word that you use the most? No
You
man
can-
cadding.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Royals Rapid Fire, and I've got with me a tired Jos Buttler after last game, and it's presented to you by Misho. So we're going to do a rapid fire. We've got a set of questions. Are you ready, Jos?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Have you heard of an Indian arranged marriage?
Yes.
Yes, this is going to be like that. So we are in an arranged marriage and we're going to get to know each other. So we'll get to know each other better. There's a lot of questions. So I'll start. I've hardly seen you at the nets. I've seen you take a lot of throwdowns. But who's one bowler that you find it tough to face in the nets?
The minute I'd probably stay away from Kuldeep Sen. He's the fastest.
He's bowling rapidly though.
Yeah. What is your first ever cricketing memory?
There's a huge tree in an academy in Chennai, and my father and mother took me in a motorbike, dropped me there. I put my kid back there. That's my first memory. I revisit that tree once in a while when I go back to Chennai. Yeah.
Brilliant.
What is the weirdest fan encounter you've had? Any proposals?
No, not really. I think probably the weirdest ones is sort of, I was actually in Verbier. Some friends live out there. We were sort of thinking like good to go skiing or something. You know, I've got all the kit on and I'm thinking surely no one will know who I am here. And this guy like taps me on the shoulder and thinks, are you Jos Buttler? And I'm thinking, how has someone worked out that I'm a cricket player at the top of a mountain? So that was pretty weird. I wasn't expecting that.
It happens all the time in India.
In India, yes, but not in Switzerland. Which is your favourite performance of mine?
Yeah, a few across the IPLs that I've seen. So for me, the performance that stands recently in my head is the one against Mumbai at DY Patil. There's a couple of others as well at SRH at Delhi that really stood with me. They initially missed a chance or something, or they bowled Nabi in the 13th over or something, and then he just took off. So yeah, that was one special performance where I felt a lot of batters just tend to just keep chasing, just trusted yourself and kept going, and they were not able to stop you after that. If you had to define yourself in 3 words, not 3 letters, 3 words, give it a go.
Calm, quiet, kind.
Calm, quiet, and kind. Wow, that's a lethal combination.
I'm bigging myself up there. 2013 Champions Trophy last over to win the trophy, or 2014 T20 World Cup ball to dismiss Hashim Amla?
It's a tough choice. I'd pick the first one, Champions Trophy last over. Has to be the bigger event, I think. Yeah, good ball.
Treadwell, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was good that it rained. The wicket stayed damp throughout. If your life was on the line, who would you choose to bat for you?
Raul Dravid.
Wow, that's nice. Any particular reason?
Just the wall is, you get past that. About all day.
Right, interesting. Nice. I'll convey that to him.
Yeah, let him know. What was your very first thought when you were picked up by the Royals in the auction?
I had a hunch, so it was not entirely surprising for me, but I felt like my innovation would come together. I felt like a team that's always bid for me at the auction has gone after me again, and managed to convince Josh to pick me. So that was the first instinct for me. Now that you asked the question, it leads me to the next question. Going to make me feel shy, I think. What's your first impression of me?
What should I say? I'd say like a
Think nicely.
Yeah, I am thinking nicely. I can't mention what my very first impression was. I'd say first impression is a real thinker of the game, like a real cricket. Like you study the game, you have a lot of knowledge. You're always thinking of ways to improve your bowling or different ways you can bowl, different ideas about the game. So a real deep thinker of the game. You've invited me for an interview on your YouTube channel. What would be your first question to me?
First question, a bit cheeky. Josh, what do you think of the rule change?
I thought that would be it.
No, it actually isn't that one. So my question to you would be, the first question, a bit technical obviously, something to learn from, and I've always had this question. How do you hit that ball outside off stump over cover for 6? It's the hardest ball in the game, and how do you do that?
Just think, for me it's something that's a more natural shot for me. It just sort of suits the way my hands work and stuff, so always look for that area. Mushtaq Ahmed actually always told me to look to try and hit on the offside first and then come round to the leg side. If you're looking only on the leg side, you'll never hit the ball on the offside. So maybe that was one sort of mindset thing, but it is a shot that always comes quite natural.
It's a hard shot. What were the last 3 things that you shopped online for?
Dairy milk, chocolate. Hopefully it arrives soon. I also bought my daughter a dress, a Frozen, the Queen Elsa. Sent that to her. And also last one, I think it was toothpaste actually. What is the one word that you use the most?
I use the word like a lot. You've noticed it?
There's a lot of people who say.
One bowler that you really fancy taking on in the IPL. The moment you see them, you can see 6s written all over them.
Oh, Moeen Ali for sure. He'll definitely get me out now, but I'd love to hit Moeen for a huge 6.
Any particular reason?
Oh, just so I can rip him when we play with each other.
Sure.
What was your first impression of me?
Always felt like you're going to be this really calm, sort of a switched off person once the game's done, and that's exactly how you've turned out to be. So yeah, I'm not a great reader of people's personality, but with you I think I got it right. If not a cricketer, what would you have been?
I always say a postman to answer this one. So I'd deliver the letters in the morning and then I'd go and play golf in the afternoon. That would be
So a golfer, is that a better word?
Well, poor golfer, but I have to have a proper job as well. So yeah, I'd like to deliver the letters, but I feel like it's going out of fashion now. 3 words you'd use to describe the Rajasthan Royals.
Chill. The team environment is really chill. Tactical. Finally, creative people.
Nice.
Yeah, they're in front of us.
Well done, team.
When we first met at the Royals this season, what did we speak about? Do you remember?
No, it's at training also, I think. But not a lot really, I think. Hi, how are you doing? Looking forward to the season. I think we were talking about Test match actually. You guys had just played Sri Lanka and you said, I think that's what we were discussing.
So I'm going to bowl 1 over at you at the nets. 6 balls, no balls. And how much do you think you can...
cadding.
You're clearly batting. You're batting at the other end, so I can't.
Phew.
I wish I could. How many do you think you can score?
I'm going to say
7th over of the game.
7th over.
Just making it harder.
Only.
Time out. Next over.
Not many. I'd try and get 1 boundary at some point, so maybe 9 or 10.
Where would that be?
Oh,
We're playing at Australia later in the year.
in Australia. Reverse sweep.
So 2 points, no mid wicket for you.
What is the best thing about me?
So I think the way you're fearless sometimes when you bat, the way you want to take it down and you're not worried about who the bowler is or where he's bowling or which part of the world you're playing in. You just want to take him down. Recently I saw that against Pakistan, was it? Imad Wasim. He conned you outside off stump once. And then I was thinking, okay, don't go there, Imad, don't go there. And he went and he got hammered over, struck out for 6. So yeah, that's what it is, I think.
Cool.
Your fearlessness. A song you're currently listening to a lot and humming it in the field.
Actually, I don't know the name of the song, but Yuzi's wife is just in a music video, isn't she? And so I keep seeing
She's on one every day.
Yeah, but there's a new one, and I keep seeing it everywhere, and I've got that tune in my head.
Is it a Hindi song?
Punjabi song. It's very catchy.
Nice.
There you go. That's in my head. What's the one thing you'd love to have known at the start of your career, but only learned later?
Could have been a little handy, not necessarily communicating whatever you felt at every time. Just pick your battles, choose when to communicate and not to communicate. So that's something I would have loved to learn earlier. But yeah, experience is the best teacher. When you learn on the go, it sticks with you forever. A piece of advice you would give to a 20-year-old Jos Buttler. I think the question is the same. It's just worded differently.
A little bit similar to what you said about being authentic. So just be true to yourself. Be authentic. Don't try and copy other people. Just try and be the best version of yourself. I think when I was younger, I was a bit guilty of trying to learn too much. I'd ask lots of questions from all the players. How do you do this? How do you do this? What do you do? And sort of went away a little bit from my own game. So in a good way, I was trying to learn and get better, but sort of sometimes would do that at the expense of being really myself. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I think it was from Paddy, 2011. before the World Cup or something. And we were having a conversation. We were going for a run in Sri Lanka, and he said we were discussing something about personalities, and he said, "Stay real, stay who you are. You'll be happy for the rest of your life." Because I'm a bit like that. So staying real and true to myself is very important, and I've kept with me forever.
As a fellow father to 2 daughters, any tips for me on what is to come?
I think you've nailed it. Like, you've bought frozen stuff. Elsa and Anna, just turn it on every single time. And yeah, daughters are special, and they take you on a journey that you've never known of before. So yeah, I think you've nailed it already.
Perfect.
That's the end of the Royals Rapid Fire. Thank you guys. Andeki variety Ansunedam.
Misho, download the app now.